Hey everybody, Nick here, and today I got a disassembly for you on this little guy right here. This is the JHO, and by the way, this Band-Aid is sadly printed with blood. I'm not actually bleeding of any substantial manner. But if you watch my Hawk Deadlock disassembly video before this, you'll know just what I did. God, now I've spread my shame out across two videos. Anyways, moving on. Let's go ahead and take this guy apart. What we're going to see here is that the centering is right in the middle. Maybe slightly favoring show side. We've got ourselves a pair of screws right there. Nice. Looks like T8 here, T6 there. T8, maybe? Yeah. T8, is that free spinning? No, that's not. Okay, that's nice. So T8 here. Beautiful. A little bit of thread locker. Whatever. And T6 here. That's one to pop out, and here, beautiful, and beautiful, and we drop that out, and here we go. We see here multiple, what the heck just happened? Oh, there's a separate tube around this standoff, which looks a lot like the Spyderco Delica standoffs, weirdly. But anyways, so there's a separate tube around the standoffs there. That's what those are. We have two different stop pins, which is curious. Let me see if I can figure out what those are doing. I mean, stopping the knife, obviously. That part ain't hard, but slip the pivot through here. And my bet is that one of them handles the blade while open and the other one while closed. So that one handles the stopping of the blade when closed. That one handles the stopping of the blade when open. Hey, nailed it. You know, after that last disassembly, it's really nice to feel smart for a change. All right, let's go ahead and take this guy, let's go ahead and clean this guy up. If you're curious, by the way, about any of the tools I'm using, go ahead and check out nickshabazz.com/tools, and we will take a look. And you will see all of the various tools that I use for my disassemblies. Clean this guy off. Nice and easy. Okay. Problem solved. Go ahead and clean off the bearings as well. This is pretty much factory fresh. I've carried it a few days, but not anything too fancy. Did I clean the pivot already? Maybe. Either way, it'll be extra clean. And I'll clean the pivot screw a little bit, just because it seems a little on the dirty side. So I'll just grab with the screwdriver here and screw it into my hands. Oh yeah, degunk that. We're good to go. Let's put this guy back together. What we're going to see here is very little, well, no internal milling, practically speaking. The clip goes all the way through and then mounts on the inside, which is kind of interesting. Don't think I've seen that before. Usually, yeah, there's no need of that, really. Doesn't make it ambidextrous, strangely, because it still has to screw into this side. But okay, whatever. Which side did the pivot go through? Oh, boy. I'm going to go on ahead. Yeah, that looks cleaner. All right, and it looks like there is a stainless washer here for the bearing race. Yeah, okay, that's installed on this side. Okay, these are going to be a pain in my neck, but it is worth noting that these little back spacer bits are, they are D-shaped with a D-shaped hole, so they ain't going anywhere. That's nice. And let's go on ahead, set that down there. I will take a little bit of 10-weight nano oil here, and I'll go ahead and I'll put it on the bearing race there. Also going to apply a little bit to the pivot itself. Just that way things spin a little smoother. And I'll drop the bearing into position here and rotate, rotate, rotate. I will drop the blade into position here. And rotate, rotate, rotate. I will drop the next bearing into position. We do also see, by the way, and this is worth pointing out, a stainless lock bar insert with an over-travel stop and a ceramic detent ball. Not a big deal, but interesting. I will then put this bearing race on the top of it. I will arrange it such that there is a side of this bearing race that has a little groove worn in it. There's a side that doesn't. I want the groove side down, because the groove is being worn in by the bearings themselves. So, I'll put that there, rotate, rotate, rotate. Now all I got to do is reinstall the scale. And already I have unseated that washer. Okay. Next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is clean off the, or I'm sorry, I'm going to Loctite the pivot here. Take the pivot, put it, little thread locker on there. I'm just going to partially install the pivot here. The goal is not to get it to full tightness. The goal is just to get it to the point where I can move the knife around without being in the danger zone. Next up, I'm going to go on ahead and take my T6 driver. And these the same screw they are. Beautiful. Let me go ahead and put this in place here. And then this goes here. Right in through the tail, or through the clip. Tighten that up. Now all I got to do is check for loose parts. Oh boy, the pivot is way too loose. Can tell that by the fact that the blade is contacting the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to loosen up, or I'm going to tighten up the pivot here. And let's see where we're at. That was a little too tight, I think. Reason I say that is that the action is now binding more than it was previously. A little tiny, oh yeah, that's better. A little tiny bit of blade play, so I'm going to give it a little tiny rotation. That didn't do anything because I rotated it, but I was just rotating the D shape there. Okay, there we go. That's better. I was rotating the whole thing rather than actually applying more tightness to it. There's a little bit of slop in the D shape. Sometimes it can be a mite finicky. There we go. No play. Pretty much dead center. I'll go ahead and I'll tighten up these other back two screws. Again with my T6 driver. And, oh yeah, nice. It's a little smoother feeling. Well, beautiful. Alrighty, well, there you go. Hope this has been interesting to you and that you have yourselves an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.